Hello, good evening, everybody. How are you? Today, welcome to the Biokinetic K9. We are live today. Thank you for joining. My name is Angela Ahern, and we're going to be talking about conditioning for conformation athletes. It's something that's come up, and I've been to a few meetings on the conformation scheduling for this year, etc., which has all been cancelled. But it's quite an interesting topic. And of course, a lot of the dogs who haven't been in any conformation competitions this year, they may have lost a bit of their muscle tone and being ready for the show ring. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, and conditioning for these actually quite special athletes. So as you know, my name is Angela Ahern. I'm the owner and founder of the Biokinetic K9, and welcome to today. So let me know if you're here. Give me a thumbs up or a hello, and let me know where you're watching from. So what we're going to be talking about today, first of all, conditioning for conformation athletes. Okay, we're talking about dogs, but what is conformation? So I see a lot of people write confirmation, but conformation are dogs that go into breed show rings. They are athletes, and they have a unique physical and mental demand placed on them. So when they go into a conformation ring, they are judged by quite knowledgeable people. In order for you to become a breed judge, you really need to know your breed standards, etc. And these judges then will evaluate the pure breed dogs to a particular breed standard for the optimal working ability or use value of that dog as it's come down through the years. And because we're talking a lot about our canine athletes, we're looking at a lot of the working and herding classes, the utility dogs, the dogs that have got use value for man. So when it comes to them going into the breed ring, there's loads of breeds that are have got use value for man. We're talking about GSPs, we've got Labradors, we've got German Shepherds, we've got Malinois, we got Vizslers, we got all of those, the setters and all of those things. So they will go into a breed ring, and the judges need to know their particular performance ability and their distinctive appearances, and then judge them on those criteria. The criteria is not just how your dog looks, is he well groomed, is he clean and shiny, but also what that breed is bred for. Your dog must look the part. And also what the abilities of that breed is. The dog must look like it has the body to perform those abilities. So of course, this creates, it's designed to create continuity and betterment of the breed. Of course, there are the extremes of every breed, but we're looking at the breed standard, etc. Now your dog must go in there and do this. And there's particular demands placed on this dog. I mean, that dog has to stand for quite a while. He has to be fussed and brushed and combed and judged. And there's lots of dogs going on around there. There's lots of noises, lots of speaking on loudspeakers. There's all of these things happen. So they have to have a particular mental stamina too. So that is what conformation is. So the whole goal of a conformation ring or show is that it must be, it is done to maintain or improve a breed for whatever your dog is showing. That is the big idea behind conformation rings and conformation shows. But there are some challenges when it comes to conformation, and it's quite unique for these dogs. These dogs, when they are in the ring, they always have to be at their best. They are representing a breed after all. And sometimes this is a really big ask because the judges are looking at the dogs, and the dogs are judged on how they move their bodies. So they have to move really symmetrically, even on both sides. It has to be smooth, it has to be gliding, and their bodies must be able to move easily. So many times they are judged walking and then trotting. And why there's a trotting gait is just like when humans walk, we walk with opposite left and right hand and foot going forward at the same time to keep ourselves in balance. So if I put this hand forward, my left foot will also go forward, and that's how we walk. We don't walk the same side, same foot, same hand, same as with the trot. So that causes that whole diagonal muscle movement on both sides of the body, and the judges can see that the muscles are moving nicely. They're looking for reach in each stride, ease in each stride, how the body carries itself. And for a dog to be able to do this and to run around in a ring in a controlled yet fluid manner, they have to be really strong and they have to be injury-free in their movements. And we can ensure this if we continue doing what we love with the dogs that we love to do with. So if we keep them nice and fit and we keep them strong, and they are able to move and show themselves off to the judges so the judges can see what's happening with the dogs. So the dogs have to be moving smoothly and freely, first of all. And that's what happens now in the ring. But before the dog even goes into the ring, there's prep areas. And depending on breed, if you've got one of these long-haired dogs like the Afghans, there's lots of brushing, lots of prepping. But also in all other breeds, there's lots of things happening and lots of people watching, lots of noise. So dogs spend extended times in crates, waiting their turn. And this can cause a lot of tightness in the muscles because they don't have free movement and they can't really stretch out. And sometimes these shows, they can take all day, especially if it's a big show, a national show, it can take the entire weekend. So dogs sometimes have to spend extended times in their crates. This cause tightness in the muscle, and it affects their movement if they are not warmed up. So also then, once they're in the ring, they have to stand for a long time. Even before they go into the ring, they have to stand to be groomed for a long time. And they have to take a lot of prodding and pressing on their body, and there's lots of weight shifts. So even if I'm doing this in my chair now, and this is happening to me for half an hour, which is quite easy, there's a lot of muscle movement and tension happening in my core. And I have to hold all my joints stable all the time as a dog is standing there and being pushed around as he's being groomed. So there's a lot of standing time and a lot of grooming time and waist shifting on those grooming tables. And while all this is happening, there's buzzwords, there's other dogs yapping, that mental stress. So people also get it, sensory overload, when all your senses are being overloaded with movement and sounds and touches and feelings. These dogs have to handle all of that. And that can be really, really tiring, not only for the dog, but for the handlers too. That whole atmosphere, and if it's indoors, that drone of the microphones, etc., it takes a lot out of a dog. So they have to have that mental stamina and ability to continue regardless. Then, of course, we've got the ring. And the dogs have to run around this ring and show themselves off. But they also we have to consider where they are moving and going. If the show is outdoors, there's the outdoor terrain. And the terrain, if it's on grass, is uneven many times. There's divots, holes, and the ground may be soft as the grass is going. If it's indoors, the ground may be hard as they're running around. So there's a lot of jarring on the joints on the body. And this continually they go left about anti-clockwise in most of the rings. And a lot of these left turns, especially if the dog's quite used to it, can cause a few muscle imbalances, which we have to ensure doesn't happen. So when it comes to the dogs that are doing really, really well, a judge will ask them to trot quite a few times to go around that ring. And sometimes all of that distance can easily go up to 5 kilometers, easily go up to 3 miles to 5 kilometers. And then they have to trot and trot, stand, stack, trot, trot, stand, stack. And the judges will keep these dogs going because as soon as they become tired, the muscles can't hold the skeleton as nicely as what it used to. And then the body will start to sag. And you will see when the dogs are doing distance trotting, holding that extended stand, stack positions like they are supposed to in the ring, the heads are up and they must stand with their legs back, or a 3-point stand or a 4-point stand, and their body is tired. you will start to see all the weakened areas within that body. So the dogs going through that ring and running around and placing their feet in the right positions all the time as they are trotting, so that they can show off a good reach, good strength in stride, and good balance in stride. As they get tired, that body awareness of where they're placing their feet may start to wane. And we have to watch out for this, that they can actually endure the entire trial, especially the top athletes that are going for best in show or running for VA in a national competition. They need to be able to maintain their posture throughout. So even if you take, for example, even a bodybuilding competition, for a person to stand there and to flex his muscles all the time while the judges are taking their notes, they are absolutely tiring out their body. So all of these things have to be taken into consideration. Hi, Kay, Bob, hello, welcome. Good morning to you. It's evening here. So let's get going. All of these things, as the dogs are standing, they've got to stand and they've got to keep their muscles engaged all the time, and they may not sway and re-steady themselves in position because the judges are watching for that. So that physical and mental endurance has to really be on par. It really has to be there. They must be able to endure their show. So it takes a lot. Most of these things, it takes most of the day or even all weekend, and many of the dogs do extra qualifications just before a breed show. For example, they'll do an endurance test, or they have to do breed surveys. And this takes it out of the body. So a breed survey may be done the day before, and then they're entering the show because then they've got extra qualification, and it will help them in their show to represent the breed in general. And so the dog's body has to be able to handle those things. And all this just for a conformation show. When we're watching, we just think, oh, well, that dog looks pretty and that dog looks nice. And why didn't the judge choose this dog? And why didn't the judge choose that dog? But we need to know what the judges are looking for. And it's not just the structure that the dog is born with. It is that structure, and we all humans, we're all born, but I can't go and enter some bikini competition. I can't enter some gymnastics competition. My body is not suited for that. I am not prepared for it at all. Not at all. I can't do even a 5-kilometer walk. I'm not prepared for it. My body will start to sag soon on starting. So even when it comes to those type of shows, you have to prepare the body for it. And when it comes to preparation of these things for your conformation ring athletes, and they are athletes because of these mental and physical demands placed on, they are representing their breed. They have to look the part. They have to look good, where people are going, wow, look at that dog. They represent generations of that breed behind them. And so what would you have to include in your conditioning program for your conformation dog? I would include it definitely, for sure. You have to include exercises that are going to strengthen their muscles and give them excellent muscle tone. You don't want to have soft muscles in a breed ring. I can't have show off my body and have saggy muscles that it's looking like it needs work. No, the dog needs to have gone to gym so that it can show off his body. So you need to include exercises for muscle strength and tone. Really important, because tired muscles will show up in the breed ring. Number one, firstly, through a sagging top line. So instead of for them holding their backs up straight, their backs are going to start to slouch because they can't hold themselves as well as what they should. Their body is tired. So they need that endurance and that strength to hold themselves well for the judge. So you're going to include muscle strength and tone exercises to avoid that sagging top line look when they are getting tired. You're also going to include some exercises that will help for their body awareness to improve the reach and drive of each step that they take, each stride. There must be a purposeful stride. Like a ballet dancer, they don't walk like normal people. A ballet dancer walks and their whole body, their whole posture looks long and strong. A soldier doesn't walk like a normal person. He's used to marching. His body is fit and strong. Normal person will walk around slouched shoulders, or they really relax in their body. But the people like dancers and soldiers and fitness people, they walk different to the average person. The same must happen with our dogs in the conformation ring. They are representing their breed. They must be at the top of their game. So they must show a body that can do all the things that they have been designed to do. So when it comes to reach of stride, they must be able to reach really well and far, have good angulation for that reach within their breed standard, and then be able to have the strength to carry that body and carry that reach powerfully, drive through all of the legs, not just pull from the front or push from the back. They want to drive through all the legs and keep that core nice and stable as they go. That's what the judge is looking for. You want to have flexibility to ensure that full range in each stride. So you don't want to have these short staccato types of steps, especially if it's a working breed. You don't want your dog to be walking around like a pug with these short little steps. You want to have that long, languid movements, because that's what they are built to do. And of course, you want to build a dog that has got physical and mental endurance. So all of these things go into play when you are preparing your dog for the breed ring. It's not just, oh, my dog's pretty on the day. My dog, especially for your utility dog breeds and your working dog breeds, your dog must show that his body would be able to do the things that that dog has been designed to do. So you want to have good muscle tone, and you want to have endurance in each stride and good flexibility and proprioceptive ability, knowing where they must place their feet each time, especially when it comes to uneven ground. Their body must be able to handle those things. So with all the COVID and all the breed shows, I know in our country it's been cancelled for 2 years, and the big breed shows are opening up overseas now. So the dogs coming out of COVID hibernation, if you are entering your dog into your breed shows and you want to make sure that your dog has good placement, do some conditioning and fitness exercises with them as well. Don't just place them in the ring, because there's a big physical and a big mental demand placed on them every time you do that. That's why we call them conformation athletes too. All right, so they don't always have to go and bring a man down in IGP, or they don't have to be this super agility star. They are there representing a breed as well, and they must be able to have the body to do it and to look good doing it too. So there you go. Go and enjoy your dogs. Make sure that you keep them strong and healthy, keep them balanced in their body, flexible yet strong, and enjoy the weekend with them. If you liked it, please let me know. Have a very, very good weekend. And just because your dog is in a breed ring doesn't mean that they are not as good as the dogs that are actually doing something, because they're the ones that represent all the dogs that are actually doing something. All right, everybody. If there's anything that you need to know about conditioning or fitness, please let me know. We are part of the Biokinetic K9. I have an awesome K9 athlete workshop, which just explains all the demands of what sport does on a dog's body nowadays. I'll put the link in the comments and you can have a look at it. So if you have any questions, please email me. You're most welcome. My email is fit@thebiokinetick9.com, and my website, thebiokinetick9, the letter K, the number 9.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to say have a very awesome weekend and a good training session. Let me put up all my details up the top here. Put that away. And then I'm going to say good evening, everybody. Cheers now.